Mm.
Okay, with Sarah Simon, Girls Night In is a short film played at the LGBTQ plus film festival. Really interesting film, 7 minutes long. You wrote it, you directed it. How's it going? Like, curious about like kind of the concept of this story. What did you come? What did you remember when you first thought of it? Thought of the idea?
Yeah, it was actually the concept came because it was like in my first few months when I was in LA, and some people I had met invited me to their Friendsgiving, and with a bunch of people I didn't know. So I was just kind of sitting there observing, and they pulled out a card game that was very similar to like Truth or Dare, I think. And it caused a lot of tension in this friend group that I wasn't even a part of. And I was like, that's crazy, guys. This is like a good movie concept though, because it was really funny to observe and watch, in my opinion.
Were people drinking in that party? Were they already drunk when they were started the game?
It wasn't like drunk because it was, it was Friendsgiving. So it was like little drinks. It was like nothing like too crazy, but they were definitely drinking already.
Yeah. What I liked about your film the most, and it's only 7 minutes long, but it feels longer, is that you feel the dynamics within the friend group. You know what I mean? Like, because every group,
Mhm.
there's always like two people are closer. There's always an antagonist. It's like two girls go up against like boys two girl go up against one boy. There's all this kind of weird tanglement going on. It's all kind of confusing and loving at the same time. So kind of
Yeah.
you really nailed that.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm usually the outlier in the friend group, so I do a lot of watching the friend group dynamics. So it was like, okay, who in my life am I going to base this person off? What friendship is this one going to be based off of? I think that's how those all those different friendships and ideas came together.
And I like how you did the split screen as well, like where you kind of did the montage split
Yeah,
screen. Did you come up with that in editing, or was that always your vision?
that was always the plan. Yeah, it was really fun to conceptualize because this was a school project at first.
Yeah.
So I had to pitch to my class and we had 2 days to shoot it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a montage that's like 30 shots. And they're like, you're gonna have a montage that's 30 shots? And I said, because the film was only allowed to be like 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, yeah. And they're like, it's gonna make your movie really long. I'm like, no, we're gonna do lots of split screens, guys. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. And then I showed it to class once we started the edit, and they're like, okay, yeah, I see your vision now. I see it. I see it. It's working.
Did you ever watch the? You're probably way too young for this. There was a TV show called 24 back then, way back
I
in
think
like.
I'm too young.
So they used to do split screens. It was like a kind of like a terrorist show. It was set in real time, and they would do split screens. But this is a different tone, obviously. But it reminded me of that show where they did that back then. So, but you just
Yeah.
what did you come? How where did you come up with this idea to do that?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Brooklyn Nine Nine, gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's
They
more
did
of
it in
a
like a couple random episodes. I was like,
yeah.
I like this.
That's more of a parody show. That's more of a satire show. Yours is
Yeah.
more grounded in reality, I guess, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so tell me about. Okay, so it's done at you go to you still go to UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're in film, like it's you're doing film there. I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
And how many more years do you have left?
One more.
Yeah, and where do you, and how's it feel? Where are you from originally?
Miami.
Oh wow, you just went from one coast to the other coast.
Yep.
So you see the beach on the other side, I guess.
Exactly. It kind of throws me off sometimes because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the beach, and like in my brain, if I want to go to the beach, just like, yeah, just keep driving east until you hit the water. But now it's the complete opposite. It's like, yeah, keep driving west until you hit the water. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. So what brought you to like? Because I know Miami's got some good schools and stuff. What brought you to UCLA?
um, I mean, UCLA is the better film schools than the Florida film schools, if we're
Yeah,
being honest.
I'll give you that. Like
Yeah.
part it's the people who submit to us who are from Florida film schools, but I'll give you that.
Oh, well, also, I went to undergrad in Florida.
Okay.
And we went on like a little class trip once to LA, and we toured UCLA. And because I wasn't gonna apply to UCLA after I graduated, because it was too far and the deadline was like in like 2 weeks. And I was like, I don't have the time to do this. And then we went on the tour and I said, yeah, I actually have to go here now. I love it here. I want to go here really bad. And then it did come down to UCLA or Florida State University. So then I don't even remember. Oh, yes. I think when it came down to it, it was just the program that I got into because in UCLA I got into the directing program, and at Florida State I got into the production design program, and I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do the directing program more than production design.
That's interesting because Florida State. The only thing I'll give Florida State is that they help distribute the films.
Yeah.
So I had a problem with even the the UCLA director. This is pre-COVID, but USC would help. We were doing all kinds of festivals in Los Angeles. USC would help distribute the films, and UCLA didn't. I never understood that.
Yeah. I don't understand it either.
Because
They
it's
still
all
don't
about
really help you distribute the films.
yeah. And I talked to her about that, and she was just like, "Yeah, I know," and like hummed and hawed, didn't really get a correct answer, but it always has to do with money, right? So and
Yeah.
budget, right? So, but and I think you're not paying USC's tuition fee. Let's put it that way. So
No, definitely not.
okay, so you did the film in 2 days. Great cast. So let's talk about the cast. Where did you find them?
One of them is a UCLA student. The actress Emily Newland, who plays Caro, she came to my class to talk to us about acting.
Yeah,
And then I was like, I kind of love her. So I was like, hey, do you want to submit for this role? So that's where I found her. And then the rest I found through like a casting notice on Actors Access. I think that's what it's called.
yeah. So you like they're great. These actors are great. And did they any of them know each other beforehand?
No,
So
none
what?
of them.
And you didn't have much time to shoot and stuff. So I'm assuming you didn't do any rehearsals.
I was able to do one rehearsal with Jamelia and Aaron, who played Ronnie and April, the two main characters. I wasn't able to do one with all four of them, but I was able to do it with like the two main characters for like their two like major scenes.
Yeah.
But the rest was just like, yeah, we're gonna hope for the best when we get to set.
The girl who played the lead, she was fantastic, and she has a real arc in the film. And these are not easy emotional places to go. Work with her again. That's my suggestion.
Sorry, one more time.
It said work with her again.
Work with her again. I love her. She's so
Yeah.
great.
She's doing some really great things. I'm assuming she's just in her early 20s as well. So
I think so.
yeah, she's great, and she makes your film in a lot of ways.
Yes. She actually originally read for April, not Ronnie.
Okay.
Um, and then I was just like, you know what? I think she should be Ronnie. Like I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna put her in Ronnie, even though she didn't even read for this role. I like her in this one instead. And I feel like that was the best decision I could have made for this one.
Yeah, and what did she feel about that?
I mean, I think she was just happy
To
to
be
get
part?
casted, get
Yeah,
the lead.
so great. Okay, so tell me about. I love the casting. I love the costume design. So tell me about putting all these different costumes together, and like they're all kind of wore what they are. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the costume designer was also a UCLA student in the
Right.
costume design
You had a
program.
good team then. You got a team of people.
Yeah. And I think way back when we first got like the approval for like this is their project for this year, I met with her and we like broke down our characters into like their base like their the basic sense of themselves. Like, okay, this is like Ronnie's personality. She's shy. She's shyer, so she's not gonna wear like as much revealing clothes. She's gonna be like covered up more versus like Caro's gonna be like louder. She's gonna be like freer, so she's gonna be like prints, patterns, like skirts,
Mm.
tank tops. Like this character is more sneakers and jeans and like a blouse, or like this one's like very like cottagecore flowers. So like we
Yeah.
broke them all down into like, okay, this is how they are as people, so this is how they'd probably dress. Um, and then she put together the costumes from like Mostly, a lot of it ended up being either their clothes or stuff we bought. And then just because, like, we had nowhere else to give them, we were like, hey, you guys want these clothes? And the actors just took the clothes afterwards. And I was like, yeah, I have no need for them. So now they're a part of their actual wardrobe too.
That's great. And then, okay, then where did you shoot it? Where was the location?
You're not gonna believe this. UCLA.
I figured, yeah. Like when
Yeah.
the dorm, kind of a dorm area, or
No, in the film department, we have a pre-built stage, on
Mhm.
campus. So
Okay.
it was one of our pre-built living room stages.
And then then you worked with a cinematographer. They take cinematography at UCLA as well. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that idea. I like how they do that. Everybody does their own thing.
Yes. It's good.
And then did you work with them previously before this film?
No, because this was my first film at UCLA. It was my first year. It was all of our first years. So
Yeah,
it was like all of our first times working with each other on like an actual like
yeah.
narrative fiction project.
So then you finish the film on the face of the one girl, right? Where like they're all going and they're like she kind of loses in the end. Or you put the face on the person who loses.
Yeah.
Why did you make
Yeah.
that choice?
I think I think the first time we had run that shot, we were doing like the tracking moment, um and it was like it was always gonna end on her face, just like as like a fun like this is who got left behind, haha. But then when we were actually filming it, Emily, who plays Caro, was like she was giving us a lot in her performance of just like sitting there being left behind, and I was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling on this because I think that one where we're just sitting on her face lasts at least like 2 minutes in like the actual footage. And I'm like, yeah, she's giving us like a lot without doing much. And I love this actually. And then for me, that changed like a lot of the actual plot of the movie. And even though that was like one of the last things we shot, so then we had to go in and like rework some things in the edit because like okay, because it made me sympathize with her more, so I had to make them act a little less mean to her in the actual final cut because they were a
Yeah,
lot meaner to her in the original version. I was like, actually, I feel for her now, so I'm not gonna have them be as mean,
yeah.
so
But
that
that's
there's
what's
more
so great.
layers.
That's what's so great about the story, right? Is that they're humans, but
Yes,
yeah, and we all can be. Dare I say? I was going to say the B word, but right?
yeah,
We all have it in
that's
us,
the
right?
exact word that I had to cut out because I was like, yeah, they can't call her that because she's not fully that anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
Emily gave her layers.
we are not that word. What we can be that word. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
We all have it in us, right?
Yes.
Especially in these insecure environments.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so funny because it's a friend group, so you figured that you're going to be secure and relaxed, but a lot of way times it's the opposite, right?
hmm Especially, that first college friend group. It's
Yeah, yeah,
always a
totally.
performance.
Yeah, you usually don't make it to the end. Let's put it that way, from my
That's what I
experience.
keep saying.
But it's about loneliness too, right? Like when you go to
Yeah.
school, it's like everybody wants to connect, right?
hmm
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Okay, so what are you doing next? You got a thesis project coming up? I'm assuming.
Yes, well, we did because this is our second year right now. So I just finished production, not just, but like just finished production on my second year project. So we're in post for that. And then we're prepping our final project, our thesis, literally right now. Like later today, I'm going to class to go tell my professor my thesis idea, which will be fun.
Is it something? Is it this kind of tone and style, like Girls' Night In?
The thesis definitely is gonna be closer to Girls' Night In than anything else I've done. I was like, it's gonna be more fun, poppy, a little bit more fun, poppy, looser with it, not as like serious. 'Cause they're not really my vibe sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I want to do something fun. Even though everyone says like Girls Night In wasn't technically fun because it was so emotional in the end. I was like, it was fun in the beginning though. It was a vibe.
So you're ready? So you're are you ready to do it? Are you like excited to do the thesis project?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm hoping to make it a musical, which is what I'm
Oh
most excited
wow.
for.
Well, just
Yeah.
you're just that's his ambition right there.
Yeah. Well, do it in film school.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? And then you work with that casting designer. She'll do a good job. I have a feeling.
Yes.
And so then you're going to write the songs as well,
Maybe. Hopefully. Perhaps.
and people are going to be dancing as well in the movie.
Yes. Yes. I know that one for sure.
So you have to find like triple threats. You have to find somebody
Yeah.
who can sing, dance, and act at the same time.
Yep. That's gonna be the fun challenge.
Yeah, that's tough in LA. I'm just being just being sarcastic in a way because it's like they're known for being commercial actors. I'm just kidding, right?
Yeah.
But I'm kidding, basically. But yeah, you'll find you have a pretty wide net in that city, I guess, right? So
Mhm.
go for it. You think your professor's going to like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You feel
They
good.
like us. They like it when we do like crazy kind of out there stuff. As long as we can make it feasible within the time frame, they like as long like anything we do. And especially like this is I don't think anyone's done a musical in a while.
Yeah.
So,
I want to see it when it's done. Then
of course.
promise me you'll send it to me.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
Who knows when it'll be done? No, it'll be done before the end of next year.
Well, that's the thing about school, right? Like you got to
Yeah.
get it done. Like it's
Hmm.
there's a timeline. Even with this film, you said you had to get it done in 2 days, right?
Yep. We had 2 days to shoot it, and then we had maybe 3 weeks to get a screening cut done.
Yeah.
2 days? What did I
How
say?
do you like
Like
post
3 weeks.
production?
Yeah.
How do you like
Post
post
production was
production?
nuts for that for Girls Night In.
You like editing? You like working with
I love
sound?
editing.
Yeah.
So I edited Girls Night In. It was
Yeah.
fun.
What about sound design?
I did the first sound pass for Girls Night In because I had 3 weeks to get a screening cut. But then after, like when we were in summertime and it was like school was off, I brought in people to help me with sound. So like I can't do sound. Sound is scary.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You're bringing in collaborators, right?
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations. So you're setting at the festivals now. I hope you're doing well with it. I hope that it's doing well on the festival circuit.
Yes, yes.
It
We're
is.
going to one in LA in like 3 weeks, two
That's
weeks.
amazing.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Good. All right.
Yeah,
Keep at it. And let's talk again when your next film is made.
of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're awesome. This is a great film, by the way. I like it a lot. I want to see what you do next.
Thank you.
But I'm just going to finish it off. It's like it's not easy to do these type of films because there's so much subtlety and nuance to it, and you nailed it. And you're only what in your early 20s. It's amazing. So you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. All right. Let's talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. It was nice meeting you.